Gordon was feeling stuffed up. "It's the coal, Gordon," explained his fireman. "It's clogging up your tube something awful, but we'll have to make do with it, for there's nothing else." Next day, Gordon was nervous as he backed onto the express. "At least I shan't slip today," he thought, "but I suppose they'll laugh at me again if I don't keep time." He needn't have worried. By the time he reached the junction, he was running nicely, and as he approached Edward's station, Gordon's fireman began to make up the fire. The Fat Controller was waiting for another train when Gordon came by. As Gordon swooshed through, running hard for the hill, a cloud of something flew from it and landed on the Fat Controller's new top hat. At the end of the line, an inspector came to see Gordon. His message from the Fat Controller was short, but not sweet. "The Fat Controller says," announced the inspector, "that Gordon blew ashes on his top hat as he passed Edward's station." Gordon was horrified. "I did not. I was being extra careful." "I'm sure the Fat Controller can't be right," put in Gordon's fireman. "I can't help it," said the inspector. "That's what he says, so there it is. He will speak to Gordon when he gets home." Gordon went sadly back to the shed. "Driver says the Fat Controller's coming home tomorrow," said James a week later. Gordon grunted. He wasn't anxious to see the Fat Controller. "I must do well today. A good run today might help if the Fat Controller hears about it." Things did not begin well, though. Thanks to a last-minute passenger, they were late starting, which meant that Gordon missed his path at the junction and was delayed there too. They were halfway up the hill when there was a clatter beneath Gordon's cab. Suddenly, he felt a blast of cold air in his middle. "Oof!" he gasped. "What's happened?" "You've lost part of your fire, Gordon," the fireman explained. "What a place to do it." Already Gordon was feeling weaker. Without a full fire, his steam pressure and speed fell quickly. But his driver knew what to do. "Find the biggest piece of coal you can and put it across the hole," he told the fireman. "That will stop some of the cold air from getting in, and we'll be able to hold steam better. But hurry, or the hill will beat us." The fireman hurried. Gordon felt better at once. "Right, Gordon," he said when the fireman had finished. "Now it's up to you." Gordon tried his hardest, but it was tough going. "I must do it, I must do it," he told himself as he pounded up the hill. He had stuck here once before and was determined not to fail again. "I will do it, I will do it," he panted. He shut his eyes and struggled on. At last, Gordon felt that the slope was easier to climb. Yes, he was nearly at the top. "I've done it, I've done it," he gasped triumphantly. "That was splendid, Gordon, and now you deserve a rest." At the end of the line, the Fat Controller was waiting for them. To Gordon's surprise, he was smiling. The Fat Controller forgave him for his smokescreen and said that he was sorry for thinking his spoiled top hat had been Gordon's fault. It had, he explained, been a steward emptying an ashtray from a carriage window. "Thank you, Gordon, for a splendid effort. I am pleased with your work today. Today, Gordon, my lad, you can have the run of your life." He did too.